Welcome back to another Xero tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a business bank account in Xero and how to connect the automatic bank feed. For this demonstration, I'm using the Australian version of Xero. If you are in, for example, New Zealand or the UK, the screens may look a little different, but the overall process is exactly the same. And because I'm working with a real bank account here, you'll notice that I've blurred out sensitive information throughout this video. If we haven't met yet, I'm Christy, the bookkeeping tutor. I'm a bookkeeper and an accountant, and I've been using Xero daily for over 6 years now. I genuinely love bookkeeping, and I share my experience with you to help make business bookkeeping feel clearer and less overwhelming. Just a quick note before we begin. This video isn't sponsored or endorsed by Xero. I'm a Xero partner, which simply means that I use Xero with my accounting clients every day. Alright, let's get started. The best place to start is the bank accounts screen. To get there, go to the accounting menu, click on bank accounts. From here, select the option to add a bank account. The next step is to search for your bank. You'll see that many popular banks are already listed. If your bank doesn't appear in the list, you can simply start typing its name into the search field. Some banks also offer a separate option for credit cards. If you're adding a credit card account, make sure you choose that specific bank option if it exists. As a quick side note, if you're adding an overseas bank account, you can select the relevant country, search for your bank, and then follow the prompts. If you can't find your bank account at all, or if you're adding a virtual account for accounting purposes, like for example a petty cash account, you can choose the option to add the account without a bank feed. But back to our bank account to add. I'm with Westpac, so I select it. Next, you'll enter the account details. Start with the account name. This is the name that will appear in Xero, so it doesn't have to match exactly the official bank account name. If you have multiple bank accounts, avoid naming them all something generic like business bank account. Instead, choose names that clearly identifies each account. Some people, for example, like to include the last 4 digits of the account number in the account name, which can be a helpful reference. After that, select the account type. In most cases, this will be an everyday account, but it could also be a savings account, a credit card, or a loan account. It's important to note that the account types shown here depend on the bank you selected. Xero only displays the account types that can be directly linked for that specific bank. So then enter the bank account details, including the BSB and the account number. If your business operates in multiple currencies, you can select the correct currency from the drop-down menu here. There's also an option for batch payment. This can be enabled now or added later if needed, so it's not critical at this stage. Once everything is entered, click Save. At this point, the bank account itself has been created in Xero. In some cases, Xero will automatically take you straight to the bank feed setup screen after you save. That didn't happen with my bank, so I need to click the green Get the Bank Feeds button. If you already have bank accounts in Xero where you're importing bank statements manually or adding transactions manually, and you see that a bank feed is available, you can set this up at any time when you feel ready. Let's pause for a moment and talk about what bank feed actually is. The bank feed is a feature that allows your bank transactions to flow into Xero automatically. This means that you don't need to manually enter transactions or import bank statements. The data comes directly from your bank into Xero. Most bank feeds update once a day, which means you're always working with up-to-date bank information in Xero. Now, once you click on Get Bank Feeds button, you'll be taken to a page specific to your bank. This page explains how the setup works and what steps are required. It's really important to read this information carefully because the process can be slightly different for each bank. Depending on the bank and the account type, you may need to download a form, fill it out, sign it, and return it either electronically or by post, depending on the bank. In most cases, the form needs to be physically signed, as electronic signatures are often not accepted by banks. If your bank requires a form, make sure you follow the instructions exactly. Even small errors or mismatched details can delay the activation. I've personally seen a case where a bank feed took 2.5 months to activate. That's definitely an extreme example, but it shows how important accuracy is. In most cases, bank feeds are activated within 2 weeks. For my bank account, the feed can be connected online. That means that I log into my online banking platform and follow the prompts. In my case, I need to select the accounting software, choose the organization name, enter my Xero login email address, and select the account I want to link. That's it. Confirm and ready. The system indicates that the feed will be active within 1 day, but it's a good idea to allow a couple of days just to be safe. Once the bank feed is active, you will see the Reconcile button on the Xero dashboard instead of the Get Bank Feeds button. Only a small number of banks provide historic transactions through the bank feed. Once your feed is active and transactions start coming through, it's important to check that your bank transactions are complete. If you notice that some transactions from before the feed became active are missing, those transactions can be manually imported in Xero. I will link another tutorial video in case you need help with that. And at this point, you're basically done. You have added a bank account in Xero and activated the bank feed. Everything is now ready for you to start reconciling the bank transactions. If you run into any issues or have questions along the way, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please like the video or consider subscribing to my channel. I will see you in the next one.